Without further ado, though, we'll waste no time. Here he is, Cleveland Browns' newest tight end, Malik Smith, on the Sports Parlor Podcast. Alrighty, joining us on the Sports Parlor Podcast, we got Fisk University basketball player turned NFL tight end, Cleveland Heights native, Malik Smith. Malik, we were talking a little bit before the show, man. What a weekend for you. How you doing? And welcome on into the show.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been a crazy weekend filled with a lot of positivity, man, and blessings and excitement. And, it's just making me just want to continue this momentum and keep working, keep getting better. So I'm blessed, man.
Yeah, for sure. So talk to us about this weekend. Obviously a lot going on. You know, the NFL draft goes by. You get picked up a little bit after as an undrafted free agent signed to the Cleveland Browns. Talk to me a little bit about this weekend. And yesterday you shared with us before the show, you had your graduation. What you been up to, man? It's been a lot.
Oh man. This whole transition has been a journey in itself. It's been one that has been very humbling. Yeah, very exciting at the same time. But just to sum that all up with the weekend that I just had, going into the weekend, especially in my case, it was me and my brother,
right,
who played at Ohio State. So, going into that, it's nerve-wracking, especially when you know how much work you've put in and how much time and energy and effort has gone into, being a great or better football player. Mm-hmm. It's not knowing when you're going to get called, if you're going to get called, where, it's pretty nerve-wracking. But my brother got the call in the 5th round at pick 158 for the Seahawks. And at that point, I knew, I was like, okay, my brother's going. I was like, so I just need to see, what's going to happen. And 15 minutes later, my phone rang, and it was my agent letting me know that the Browns had invited me to their mini camp. So I had already knew where I was going before the draft was even over. And it was to find out that it was Cleveland. Oh my gosh. When I tell you it came full circle, being a kid from Cleveland Heights, my dad went to Heights, grew up a diehard Browns fan, and to hear that the team, that's going to give me the opportunity, going to give me a shot as a Cleveland Browns, it was just, I couldn't even describe the feeling. I can't even describe it to you. It was amazing.
For sure. Talk to us a little bit about your pre-draft process, man. What did that look like? Because obviously I imagine it was probably a little bit different for you in some of these team meetings as a former basketball player. What kind of stuff did these coaches, did these executives want to know about you and your transition from basketball to football?
Well, first of all, they wanted to just know who I was in general. They wanted to figure out who I was and where I came from and what I was doing.
Yeah.
So, a lot of the coaches were just, trying to get to know me just on a, hey, where'd you come from, man? And just, got a chance to hear about my story. But, my pre-draft process was it was crazy. I started this probably about 5 months ago.
Wow.
I started training for this, and I first started out in Memphis. I was with Shabazz Fitness down in Memphis, Tennessee, and that was just I had never really been on with basketball workouts and football workouts are way different as far as lifting and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was the first introduction to like football, kind of lifting. Workouts, we did some basic stuff on the field, but it was more so just trying to transitioning and changing my body to start looking and moving like a football player. And from that point on, I kind of wanted to see where I was at and kind of feel like if I was going to be, if I was wasting my time in a sense.
Right.
And I really needed some quality criticism and to see, where I was at and where I stood. So I ended up getting in touch with Jermichael Finley, former tight end for the Packers, and I flew down with him just for a workout. And that workout was basically it was like a see all be all. It was like, hey, either you could do this or you wasting your time, bro.
Yeah.
And it was probably 20 minutes into the workout, he gave me a little water break, and he came over and he was like, just to let you know, like, you're going to be an NFL tight end. He was like, I have no doubt about that. But it's about the work you put in and how much you know what I'm saying, how good you're willing to get. Because sky's the limit for you. This kind of the way I was already moving and catching naturally, just from coming from the basketball side. And, like, for him, it was like, now we just got to get you moving and thinking and acting like a football player. And so from that point, I went from Jermichael, and my brother and I started training at APEC facility together from January to March, doing all of our like pre-draft, combine, pro day stuff. And again, another transition, because a lot of those drills, like, it was my first time doing it. You know, it's different when you got guys they've been training for this for the last 4, 5, 6 years of their life. You know what I'm saying? Some of them started in high school doing some of these drills. And I mean, like the 40, 5, 10, 5, L drill, you know what I mean? So for me, I was starting from scratch, from complete scratch. I was having to, like, learn something and then perform it in the same time frame of me just learning what this drill was. Even when I got to the pro day, like, there was some drills, like, they were out there having to teach me certain things just because I had never done them before. It was so different, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you got to imagine just that kind of whole, okay, I got to learn this and do enough to really be seen and you know what I mean? To really draw attention. And I need to do this in a you know what I'm saying, in a briskly way, or whether it's being faster or quicker, you know? So, man, it was a journey, but the people that I met along the way were so helpful. Like I said, starting with Coach Shabazz and going down to APEC, Team APEC, and then with Jermichael Finley. I mean, it was like things just started falling into place, and the people that I started to meet, you know, they really just wanted to see me do great, and they were willing to help me and become not just a better football player, but a better person. And I'm forever thankful for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Talk through to me and Phil, what was it like for you, and how big of a help was it for you to have your brother that, you know, was at Ohio State kind of there with you along this transition journey?
Oh, I mean, it's like a dream come true.
For sure.
It is. Sorry about that. So to say my brother, man, going through this with him has honestly been a dream come true. You don't really think about it until, you know, I didn't know what I was doing a lot of the times, but my brother was literally there with me every step of the way. And he used to play tight end in high school too. So he was a tight end and defensive end in his high school. And he was even like, when I first started off, he was the one that was getting me to the point where it was like, where I was kind of getting sharper with and just talking to me and getting me to already think like a football player. So it's like, he's helping me go over film and look at plays, and, you know, instinctively, he's getting better too. He's understanding the playbook more and the film and studying just by being able to teach me. So the fact that I can do this with him and get the knowledge, and we're both getting better in different ways, is really like, it's a plus, you know what I mean? So I'm really just super thankful for it all.
I think he can really help you on you get your blocking right, man. With him playing defensive end, man, and y'all two going at it, man. Hell yeah.
But absolutely, I remember we had first started doing one-on-ones. My brother was the first defensive end I had, you know, I've ever against, and you know, the competitiveness in me, I'm like, oh nah, bro, like, you think it's about to be easy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. And I mean, like, the first 10 reps, I mean, it's like I didn't even see him. He just blew right past me. So, competitiveness, he was like, oh no, like, I gotta get, you know what I'm saying? It just was like, oh no, like, you think you might have an idea of where you're at, and then realistically you're like, no sir, like, I got more work to do. So it just made me just want to work on blocking better. And from the time I started with Jermichael to the time after, like, I became a way better blocker. Like, that's one of the things that I really am most excited about, is that, like, I'm not just gonna be a tight end that can just catch passes when I need to catch passes or block when I need to block. Like, I know that I can be a dual threat tight end with my skills and my basketball background. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Growing up, kind of pivoting here, growing up in Cleveland, there's been a bunch of guys that have done this, notably here in the area. Antonio Gates never played football, went from Kent basketball to the NFL and had a Hall of Fame career. Jimmy Graham is another guy with a basketball background that converted to tight end. For you, though, being a Cleveland boy, basketball, football, who are your favorite athletes of all time?
Oh, my favorite athletes of all time. Basketball, definitely LeBron James.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Definitely LeBron James. I say football, Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Jim Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a legend in Cleveland, man.
Yep.
I forget the first time I watched my first clips on him when I was younger, and how strong he was. He was just running people over, and I didn't even know you could really do that to other grown men like that. So.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a legend. So them are my two guys for sure.
For sure. And then we were checking you out on social media. You're also a pilot.
Yeah,
right?
I was interested in that, man. How long you been doing that?
Yeah, so I've actually been flying since I was 10 years old. That's when I took my first flight. Aviation you want to talk about a passion? That's my passion. And I haven't, before, a few years back, I knew I wanted to do in aviation, but I wasn't quite sure which route I was going to go. But yeah, like I said, I've been flying since I was 10. Where I wanted, that's like my goal in life. My goal in life is to open up a flight school and teach other people how to fly airplanes. And, you know what I'm saying, passion that I do. And even if you don't share the same passion that I do, just kind of being open and understanding that you can do whatever you want to do.
Just find a big enough plane for me. I'm with
it. Absolutely. So, you know what I mean? Just being able to pay it forward. My parents have preached us pay it forward and help create opportunities for others. A lot of stuff that I do, I mean, it's to create and help others. Just creating for the next generation of people to come. You know what I'm saying? So there's other Maliks out here that can, if they're feeling like they do something, they put their mind to, they can just do it. I just want to be just a positive person that just spreads love, positivity, and opportunities for people. I feel like that's what I was put on this earth to do. And I feel like it's through aviation that I can do that.
I know a couple, my coach, he coached with the Browns and when I was with the Redskins, defensive coordinator, Ray Horton. He used to leave practice and go and fly a plane. Like he had his own license, everything. Like he'd be like flying, he'd just go take trips wherever he wanted.
You ever go up there with them or not?
Nah, I ain't never go up there with him, man. I don't know if them joints be big enough for me. I feel like I'd be in like a little sardine capsule.
Yeah, like Maverick and Top Gun.
But yeah, man, it's cool. I watch a lot of Jimmy Graham stuff too, man. He be up there. You think about doing the prop planes, or you talking about like jets?
I definitely want to do. I want to stick with the corporate aviation. So yeah, I mean, I'll have to. And with that, you have to get your commercial license, but I don't want to go to the airlines or anything like that. If anything, I'll start my own.
Got you, for sure.
Good stuff. So that's the aviation, that's the passion there. Let's go back to football, kind of bring this thing full circle as we wrap this up. You said you're an opportunistic guy. You want to leave your mark here with the passions of aviation, basketball, football. What are you looking to prove in your next chapter here of life with the Cleveland Browns?
Oh, that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Like I said, I started this football journey 5 months ago, and I couldn't even imagine myself being in this position. But even though I couldn't imagine it, I still was believing in myself. You got to believe in yourself, because if no one else will believe in you, got to believe in yourself. And it was something it was an opportunity that presented itself, and I had to jump on it, and I had to go 210% at it. And see, the thing about it is, this has been like a perfect test for me, because it's like a time in my life where I'm starting from absolutely like no knowledge or no understanding of football. You know what I mean? And really having to learn this from scratch. So you got to believe in yourself, because it's hard. It's hard, not just training, but understanding, watching film. It's a task, you know what I mean? But if it's something that you want to do and it's something that you're passionate about, you got to make it happen. And that's what I'm doing. I'm continuing to prove people wrong. There's people that said I wouldn't have made it this far. You know what I mean? There's people that said I couldn't have been a tight end. And I just signed as a tight end to the Cleveland Browns as an undrafted free agent. You know what I mean? So people keep telling me something what I can't do my whole life, and I just keep proving them wrong. And so in my next chapter, I'm going to keep proving them wrong. I'm going to keep proving the doubters wrong.
Keep that mindset.
And I'm going to
keep that mindset.
To make a name for myself and my family, you know what I mean? And represent the city as proud as I can, because there's nothing like wearing those colors for sure.
For sure. Well, you got two fans here now. We're pulling for you, of course, Cleveland guy through and through. So we're pulling for you, Malik. Keep in touch, man, and best of luck through this rookie camp and everything like that. I'm sure it'll be a blast for you. And just keep doing your thing, man, and you'll find a way. I'm sure of it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you, guys, man.
No problem, man.
And this is something that I always tell people, man. There's two types of people in this world. There's good and bad. Just be a good person. Continue to spread love and positivity, man. We need good people in this world. We need good people to come together and unite. So that's all. But thank you guys for this opportunity. I really appreciate you guys. It means more than anything to me.
For sure. We appreciate you jumping on.
Link up when you get in town, man.
Yeah. Thanks for jumping on and sharing the story. It was a good time.
Absolutely. I'm going to hit you guys as soon as I touch down.
For sure.
For sure. See you, man.